In this post-apocalyptic world, Anne is a lonely survivor living on a farm with her dog. She often visits a run-down town to gather supplies, making sure to cover her whole body to protect it from radiation and carry an oxygen tank to avoid breathing contaminated air. Anne's farm is in the valley, so she has to walk a long way whenever she goes to town, but it's worth the hassle to stay safe. Apparently the valley isn't contaminated. After every supply run, she also makes sure to wash her body thoroughly. At night, her dog sleeps in the same bed to help her with the loneliness. Most of the time she's pretty bored. Her routine includes checking the farm animals, the fences, and the traps she's set up in the forest. Her dog helps her search for rabbits by following their smell. One day, Anne is shocked to find an abandoned vehicle on the road. She comes closer to investigate, but at that moment her dog warns of a presence nearby. They run to hide in tall grass and watch as a man in a protective suit comes to pick up his wagon before continuing his journey. Shocked by the presence of another survivor, Anne follows him in secret. The guy uses a device to confirm this area is radiation-free and finally removes his helmet to breathe the fresh air. Anne watches John scream in excitement while he takes off his suit too. When Anne comes out of hiding, she finds John washing up under the waterfall. She rushes to tell him to get out, but since she's carrying her hunting gun, John thinks she's threatening him and points his own gun at her in return. He shoots in the air while demanding to know where the others are, so Anne puts her hand up and warns him that the water is contaminated. A terrified John quickly runs back to his wagon and uses his device to confirm he's been bathing in radiation. As he starts to puke, he rushes to get a syringe with medicine and desperately asks Anne to inject him. His screaming makes her wary, so he throws his gun away, swearing that he won't hurt her. Anne gives him the injection and offers to take him to her house. John explains that he'll need medicine once a day and asks her to burn his clothes. He covers his body before following her, also asking her to burn his body if he dies. At the farm, Anne washes John with clean water, making sure to give him a good scrub. Then she has to drag him to the bed since he can barely walk. In the morning, Anne returns to the wagon and picks up John's things, including pictures of him with a woman. As days pass, Anne continues to take care of John, always checking his temperature, feeding him good food, and giving him the injections. At night she can't sleep because she can hear his bed shaking when his body trembles because of the fever, so she spends long hours putting wet napkins on his body to calm him down. After accidentally falling asleep by John's side, Anne wakes up and prays for his recovery. She also goes to the chapel to play the organ as part of her prayers. Eventually John recovers and can leave the bed, although Anne still has to help him walk. She explains that her dad told her family to stay on the farm because the valley would protect them. Her family left one day to look for other survivors and never came back. John can't understand why the valley isn't contaminated and the lack of explanation really annoys him, but Anne distracts him with a hug. The next morning John notices that Anne is taking care of the plants manually, so he checks the house's library and reads some texts about farming. Then he approaches Anne, although he's too weak to help her yet. She tells him she can't use the tractor because it ran out of gas and the pumps don't have electricity. John tells her how to work the pumps manually, so Anne rushes to the gas station and is very excited to finally get